Views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hola! Welcome to Open Friday, your favorite talk show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Let's take a look at what's coming up on today's show. First up, our open weekend preview has a variety of events to choose from to make sure you get out and enjoy. Then we have author and motivational speaker Nancy Arroyo Rufin joining us to discuss her upcoming event, Power of the Fierce Woman Workshop. Next, we sit down with playwright Marco Antonio Rodriguez to talk about the opening of his latest play, Barcelo con Hielo, or Barcelo on the Rocks, at Repertorio Español. And after that, Bobby C joins us via telephone to give us the latest update with his weekly sports roundup. And finally, in our open artist spotlight, we'll hear the sounds of young Bronx artist Nathalie Noboa making her way into the New York music scene. So sit back, relax. All this and more is coming your way because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome to Open. I'm Rina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Oh, you know, we're always inviting you to get social with us, people that try. Hit us up online. You know, you can tweet us at BronxNet TV, and that's with 2 T's, BronxNet TV. Or you can like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And, of course, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and FB at Rina Valentin. And, well, let's get right into exciting events to participate in today's Open Weekend Preview. First up, it's the National Puerto Rican Day Parade. Well, since its start on the streets of Harlem back in 1958, the parade has enhanced its ability to promote cultural awareness, education, leadership, and community engagement among Puerto Ricans. This year's Grand Marshals are U.S. Congresswoman Nidia Velázquez and Madam Speaker Melissa Mark Viverito, and the Parade King is René Residente Perez of Calle 13, and the Queen is Oscar-nominated actress Rosie Perez, and Polito Vega will serve as Padrino and Lauren Velez as the Madrina, and that is just to name a few, people. It is rocking this year. And the parade is set to march down 5th Avenue from 44th Street to 79th Street starting at 11 a.m. this Sunday, June 8th. And, of course, for more information, you can visit the National Puerto Rican Day Parade at nyprdpinc.org. Next up, to enjoy that is Lehman Center for the Performing Arts presents Michael Bolton in the BX, people. Woo! Come experience what is sure to be an unforgettable evening with multi-Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter Michael Bolton as he sings everything from his classics to his latest works. This exciting evening with Michael Bolton is taking place Saturday, June 7th, beginning at 8 p.m. at the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts, located at 250 Bedford Park Boulevard, West in the Bronx. And for more information, you can visit their website by going to lehmancenter.org. And finally, we have Bronx Works Annual Gala. The theme for this year's gala is Feed, Teach, Shelter, and Support. Taking place at the gala will be recognition of honorees who have made serious contributions to the progress of Bronx Works and its community. Another special feature at this year's event will be its call to action in which they ask guests to support BronxWorks college access programs. This annual BronxWorks Gala will be taking place on Monday, June 9th, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Tribeca 360, located on 10 DeBrosses Street in New York. And for more information, you can, and to reserve a table at the gala, you would contact Kathy Sharp at 646-393-4007, or you can email her at csharp@bronxworks.org. And of course, for more information, you can go to bronxworks.org. And well, those are some fun events for you to check out this weekend. So make sure you get out and enjoy the beautiful weather now that it's arrived. All right, so now we're going to check in with DJ Vince Bracey, because I hear now he's keeping track. He's the man now. He's the man to come and find out about exciting free events. Ooh, free. We love the word free coming up in these summer months. So DJ Vince Bracey, what you got for us this weekend?
Rina Valentine, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, darling.
So for this weekend, I have it's called the Red Hook Fest. What's up, guys? The Red Hook Fest. It's located in Red Hook, Brooklyn. It's taking place Friday night and Saturday night from 5:30 to 7. The youth kickoff is happening tonight at 315 Columbia Street in Brooklyn. It's going to be a night full of, youth-generated performances, and Transition Hip Hop Theater Company is going to be there, and also a couple other guests. Not to mention tomorrow night tomorrow pretty much all day from 12 to 7 p.m., main stage performances, cultural activities, and food vendors. That's going to be at Coffee and Ferris Streets in Brooklyn. So you guys have a lot of fun. The event actually kicked off last night, and it's going all the way till Saturday. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's more than a weekend. It's an extended weekend.
They're
acting like it's Memorial Day weekend. But that's cool. Like something to do in Brooklyn. BX people. The BX here is actually, hooking up the Brooklyn people, the BK people.
Go over there and show them some love every once in a while.
You know why? Because in the end, we're all New Yorkers, and this sounds really good. Where'd you find that?
I found this on, I don't even remember what website it was on, but for all the information, you can go to redhookfest.com. redhookfest.com.
And
so
it's a weekend thing. It's a weekend thing.
All weekend
so you have all weekend throughout the day to pick from different activities.
Oh, yes.
And you're actually going to be hooking us up with free events every Friday now, right?
Of course. Yes, I will.
I love that.
Got to make sure you guys have a great time during the summer. So enjoy your free events.
Of course, especially outdoors, appreciating the beautiful weather, landscaping of New York,
Right on.
Family affairs. Yeah, get your groove on,
of
course.
On.
Yeah, watching you
dancing
move. I'm right
and
there
food.
with you.
That's everybody loves dancing and food, especially if it's free.
Oh, honey, you already know. Free is my favorite word.
Yes.
Free, woo! So it's like, what's not there to enjoy, right? If it's free, and of course, again, it's all about just enjoying the beautiful weather that has finally arrived.
Right on. So again, if you guys want to go check that out, it's going to be food and games and DJs, and there's going to be poetry and lots of fun for the kids, everything. Again, redhookfest.com. Check
All
it
right.
out.
DJ Vince Bracey in the house. Woo! All right, once again, thank you, DJ Vince Bracey. We have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we'll be joined by motivational speaker and author Nancy Arroyo Rufin, empowering women everywhere. That's right. Stick around.
For the first time in New York history, it is possible that we will have a rent freeze.
There are 2.5 million tenants who live in rent-stabilized apartments in New York who can testify at the RGB's yearly public hearing.
Lo que tú digas depende que las personas que toman la decisión de subir o frizar la renta.
If we don't hear from you, the Rent Guidelines Board will believe that you don't care and that you can afford one. You gotta come out and testify.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all? You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's gonna happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Hello, and welcome back to Open. The Power of the Fierce Woman workshop, that is designed to help women stay on top of their goals, whether it be working on finishing school, getting to that next level with your career, or just everyday motivation. You know, we all need that, right, from time to time. And so here to tell us more about this workshop for women is motivational speaker and author Nancy Arroyo Ruffin. Welcome.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you. And just to introduce you or reintroduce you to the audience, let's just talk about how since you were back on the show, you have become a mom.
Yes.
And and congratulations on that. And I just want to acknowledge your book, right? Because I know we're here to talk about the power of a fierce woman. However, you wrote a book to your daughter called Letters to My Daughter.
Yes. You know, everything that I'm doing now really was birthed right when I gave birth to my daughter, because it's very important to me to become the example of the type of woman that I want her to become. You know, so I wrote the book, and then I said, well, what else can I do to set an example for this young, baby as she grows up? And what better way than empowering and supporting other women and being, the conduit for that to happen.
And I shared this because, she gave birth to a baby, and she's, what, a year now?
She'll be two in July.
She'll be 2 in July already. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, mama. And so this is actually an award-winning book. It's actually acknowledged by the International Latino Book Awards. It's an award-winning book. And even though it's letters to my daughter, it's really letters to young ladies.
Yes.
I read it. I think it's awesome. And the reason I wanted to bring it up because it leads into the Power of the Fierce Woman workshop, which I applaud you for going even further. So just share or give us a little insight as to what we would expect attending this workshop.
Well, the workshop is the second event that I have done under the Power of the Fierce Woman initiative. And really what it's geared towards is showing women how to fulfill their dreams, whatever they may be. We all have dreams. It could be like you stated in the opening, you just want to complete school. Maybe you want to become a homeowner, or maybe you just want to get to that next step in your career, but you just don't know how to. And so the workshop is geared towards helping women identify their goals, make an action plan, and then figure out how to balance all of that between the everyday demands that we have as women. We're responsible for taking care of our households and raising our children and, our careers. And sometimes it gets a little bit hectic and we can put our dreams to the back burner. And so the workshop is really designed to help women stay on track with those dreams.
It's so true. It's so true, right? Because somehow, right, especially when you become a mom, right?
Yes.
Somehow you get put on the back burner,
Yes.
meaning I got put on the back burner. Everything became about Charm, my
Yep.
daughter. And then everything that I had set out to do, it's being worked at, but it's kind of like minimal in comparison. And so this is wonderful that you're doing this because I think just in general, sometimes people need that kind of coaching system
Yes.
or a guideline or just somebody to hold them accountable. Because that when you're held accountable is really when you kind of push through and make sure the task gets accomplished.
I also think that sometimes women just need to be reminded that you can do it.
Right.
Sometimes we live with the thought, well, I can't. We make excuses or we feel like we're not good enough, to pursue our dreams, that they're unattainable, but they really aren't. If you stay focused and committed and you believe in yourself, you can make anything happen. I mean, I've written 2 books already. I'm a mother of a 2-year-old little girl. I still have my day job. I work for the city of New York, and it's very demanding. And I'm a wife, so I have a lot on my plate. But you know what? I'm making my dreams happen. And so I just want to help other women do the same.
That's so awesome. I mean, here's to multitasking.
Thank you.
Yes. So, at this workshop, okay, so we walk into the workshop. How long is the workshop?
Well, it's for 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. And basically, really, it's just to get people prepped. It's to get them started,
it's
to
to
put
get
them
them
on
started.
track.
Yeah.
So, just share a little bit about what happens when you
Well,
walk
one of the things that I really want to focus on at the workshop is understanding the difference between dreams and goals. You know, because sometimes we use those words interchangeably, and although they're similar, they're still very different because your dream is your overall destination. It's where you want to be. Your goals are what's going to get you there. You know, they're the step-by-step milestones that you have to complete in order to get you to that dream. So it's focused on, you know, identifying those things at first, and then, all right, if you have a goal, how long would it take you to complete that goal? You know, what obstacles, you know, may present themselves, you know, as you're trying to complete the goal.
Right.
And it's just about identifying that so that you can be prepared so that if those things arise, you know how to handle it. You don't stay stuck, and you know, you learn how to push that roadblock out of the way.
Interesting. It's almost like just listening to you. It's kind of like a business plan for your
Yes.
personal life.
Yes.
It's a business plan for your personal life. And so with business plans, you tend to start off with like 2 years to 3 years
Yes.
to 5 years to 10 years.
Yes.
And of course, you know, when you actually see it on paper is when it becomes visible.
It becomes real
Yes.
at that point, and it allows you to vision yourself at that destination, you know, in 5 years or 2 years or how much time you give yourself to accomplish your goal. And it's important to see it and to have it on paper and to feel it and touch it because it makes it real and it gives you something to strive for.
So what is the age range that generally attends your workshops?
Usually it's 18 and older, but I think that even a young woman as young as 16, 14, it's never too early to get them started and focused, you know, on their dreams. And if we teach our young women to dream from a very young age, we're preparing them to really live the life that they've always wanted. Because I'm a firm believer that you can make profit out of your passion. You know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm living my passion, and I'm trying to make money in the process.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with benefiting off of your purpose, right?
Right,
Because
exactly.
it's just a different phrase. It's like there's nothing wrong with benefiting off of your purpose because in the end, you're feeding a mass, right?
Yep.
So why shouldn't you eat too?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, and when you do what you love, you really don't work.
Right.
You know, it's the best job ever. And so you dream big, and you can achieve whatever you set your mind to.
Oh, goodness. I'm so proud of you, Nancy. I'm so proud of Nancy.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I want to share with you guys that, you know, Nancy and I, we've known each other for very many years. And so when I first met her, she wanted to have a daughter. I mean, a child. She didn't say daughter, but she wanted to have a baby. And I've actually witnessed all of her manifestations come into fruition.
True. Yes, you have.
And so I highly recommend anybody who's watching to really look into the Power of the Fierce Woman workshop. Yeah.
The only person that can stop you is you. You know, so you keep forging ahead, and your dreams can come true. I am the example of that.
Nice. And thank you for being the example.
Thank you. You as well.
Well, thank you, Nancy. Mwah. All right. Once again, the Power of the Fierce Woman workshop is taking place on Tuesday, June 10th. From 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And that's happening at Katarina's Bar and Grill on 125-22 in Queens. It's in Queens Boulevard, Kew Gardens. And to reserve your slot, you can go to fiercewomanworkshop.eventbrite.com. fiercewomanworkshop.eventbrite.com. And of course, you can always go to nancyarroyorufin.net, right? It's
Roofing.
so it's nancyroofin.net, not the Arroyo. It's Nancy Ruffin, R-U-F-F-I-N. And I just want to make sure you guys have all the information so that if it's something you really want to consider, you look into it. All right? We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll sit down with a playwright teaching some insightful life lessons with his new show. Don't go anywhere. More open when we return.
So you heard of the Chewbacca fish?
Yeah. Chewbacca who?
Well, you heard of the Chewbacca fish, haven't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And just so the people at home know, describe it real quick for us. Describe what? A fish that flies out of the water, like almost like a rocket. It goes like 12 feet in the air. And then what happens is it comes back down before it hits the water. It like flies into people's neck and like starts biting you in the neck and in the face.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If it's out there, I'm going to catch it on camera because I've been out here with my camera for years.
You know how the Chewbacca fish works? What happens is it shoots it like rockets out of the water like 5 feet in the air. And then as it jumps. And then what happens like 5 feet in the air, comes down, right before it hits the water, it does a one of these moves and flies into your neck and starts like biting you and stuff.
Nah. They don't have the fish like that out here, do they?
Yeah, it's the Chewbacca fish. That's what
they have it out here in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then what happens is right before it comes and hits the water.
Yeah, he tried to hit somebody.
Exactly.
Llegaron los caballos. Mira, yo te vi con ese teléfono.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Well, hello and welcome back to Open. We're switching the flavors now. Woo! Don't forget to get social with us, people. Come on, tweet us at BronxNet TV and at Reina Valentin. And so, ya que we're getting into, ya entramos la bachata, we're going to talk a little bit about, well, the 2012 MetLife Nuestra Voces National Playwriting Competition. The winner was Barcelo on the Rocks. That's a new play by Marco Antonio Rodriguez. And it's actually opening June 13th for its full run at Repertorio Español. And in this beautiful portrayal of Dominican history, language, and culture, we're told a fresh perspective on the experience of immigration. Here to share more about this story is the playwright and star, Marco Antonio Rodriguez. Welcome.
Hola, Rina.
Hola.
How are you?
Good.
I'm sorry, Iris Chacón. I'm sorry.
Ay, Dios mío.
Rina.
Iris Chacón. Ella no salió hoy. She's not out yet.
Epa. I like the bachata. Nice.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like a nice intro. DJ Vince Bracey, okay, con el sabor ahí.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had you on last year when you actually learned that you won the Nuestro Voces. And now you're actually opening officially for a full run at Repertorio Español, which is a big deal. And this time you're starring in it, which I find very interesting. Mm-hmm. Let's start with your whole journey, because it's taken you over 2 years to mount this play, and how you ended up becoming one of the stars.
Narcissism.com. No, what happened was basically that the play won, but it was never in the works for me to be in it. I wrote it as a playwright.
Right.
I'm also an actor, but I didn't intend to be in it. The universe had a different plan.
Nice.
And as it turned out, as the process continued with developing the play, with readings and meetings and all kinds of things, dealing with the director, Jose Sayas, who's brilliant, it just worked out that one day they turned to me and said, it's got to be you. The thing is that the play is specific in terms of regional dialect with the Cibaeño, and
Okay, so let's give them a little history
Yeah.
about that because we did discuss it the last time, but you know, in cases our new audience is unfamiliar with the whole show, you know, and I also don't know if they know that you're also the writer of Luz de un Cigarrillo.
La Luz de un Cigarrillo.
La Luz de un
Yeah.
Cigarrillo, which also did very well. I mean, you've won so many awards.
I know, right? It's a blessing.
In the theater world, that I'm so proud of you,
Thank
and
you.
I'm so proud that we're documenting your process.
You guys have always been there supporting.
Yeah,
Always.
and you're doing so fabulous. So I just want to give them a little insight of the style in which you write, because it's comedic, but it's also educational and it's specific.
It's dramedy.
Right.
So for those of you in the theater, you could equate it, not that I'm trying to be that, but you can equate it to Chekhov, which is sort of there's a good Chekhov. It's the drama.
Urbanized Chekhov.
Yeah, urbanized Chekhov, but it's written exactly as it would be spoken. So in Spanish, there's a lot of broken words and missing letters, and exactly as you would hear it, it is exactly as it's written. Think about it like Precious. I forget the name of the book. I think it's called Push. She wrote it phonetically the way that Precious would actually speak.
Right.
That's how I write my plays.
Right.
This one, Barceló con Hielo, Barceló on the Rocks, is written that way as well. And the lead character, Nino, is from El Cibao, which is a province in the Dominican Republic, particularly from Juan Lopez. And so he speaks with the R's, he replaces them with an I. So instead of puerta, it's puerta. And there's a lot of that going on. It can be a challenge for an audience to adjust to. But there's also Dominican York Dominican Spanish. And there's also Capitaleño, Santo Domingo Spanish, for a more educated Spanish of Dominican.
Right, so that's to the Spanish-speaking audience. However, Barceló is also performed in English. So for those who are unfamiliar with Repertorio does bilingual performances. You get to choose the English show or the Spanish show. And even if you go to the Spanish show, they actually have translation, right?
Yeah, this particular one will not be performed in English because it's so specific, but what you will have in front of your seat is a little screen that you can just press the button. It looks like a little mini iPad. And then you just sort of start to read in English and Spanish and follow it along. Even if you are a Spanish speaker, you may use it.
Whoa,
it's really cool.
Whoa. Did you just say like each person has an individual like iPad
little
in
screen.
the theater?
Yeah, in the theater.
That translates?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's right in front of you. And you just press English or
And
Spanish.
when did that begin? That's
like two or 3 years ago.
Really?
They got
I know that they used to do it on the screen,
Not
you know,
anymore.
behind.
Or live.
Right? Oh my, that's how tacky, right? It's like upgrade all over the place. That's hot.
So that makes it more accessible for everyone, including Spanish speakers who may go, what in the, this dialect, boop, type deal.
That should be an interesting translation, considering that you're speaking in like kind of like Dominican Ebonics, we'll say.
That's actually a good way to look at it.
Because that's what it is.
But at the core of it is the fun of it and comedy, but there's also some stuff in there politically and also psychologically that is explored in the play that hopefully will get people talking. Hopefully not crucified.
Right.
But get us talking.
Right. And what about the title itself? Like
Barceló on the Rocks is connected to, the liquor, el ron, the rum, but also it's connected to the main character who drinks Barceló on the Rocks, and it stems from his past in the 60s and 70s in the political regime of Dr. Joaquín Balaguer.
You know, I just find it interesting that in your shows you always use a vice as your object, and I'm just wondering, like, is it because it seems like you write your characters around a vice? Like they all have. The other one was a cigarette, and now this one's Barceló. I mean, I know it's symbolic to the location and destination, but
all that fancy stuff. It's actually the other way around. I usually write the play first, and then the title comes out of that. Barceló is easy because Barceló on the Rocks is mentioned in La Luz un Cigarrillo. The main character in Barceló is mentioned in La Luz un Cigarrillo. So they're kind of interconnected. I'm kind of hopefully creating, if you don't know La Luz, you'll be fine. But if you know La Luz, you'll go, there's a couple of Easter eggs in there. And Barceló is mentioned in La Luz as well. Not as a play, but it's sort of the drink that this main character in Barceló con Hielo drinks.
So interesting. You're quite the clever writer, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess.
So what about the acting this time?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about some of the actors. You have some great actors too. Modesto Lacin, right?
Modesto Lacin, Ivan Camilo, they were in La Barbería. Javier Fano, Fernando Den, who's actually a company member at Repertorio. All wonderful actors. Jerry Soto. And it's great because we have a mix of people, Venezuelans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, all kinds that are attacking the dialect and just doing the work. And it's a fabulous cast. All men.
I love it. It's
all men.
Yeah. So, ladies, it's an all-man cast. You know I'm going. Oh, yeah, I'm so going.
Unfortunately, there's no nudity, but it doesn't matter.
Boo! No. It's okay. We'll settle for the dialect. And the show opens June 13th. Now, how long is it running?
Friday, June 13th, it opens, and it runs. Right now, we have performances through September, through the first week of September. It's Repertorio Español, Spanish
So
reps.
wow,
so they
that's a
add
nice
performances as they
run.
go. So go and support, because that's what they do. They add performances as they go. I'm a bit surprised. The other day I looked, I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't know we were doing this many. So there's a ton of performances between June 13th and the beginning of September right now.
That is so awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I mean, you waited long enough. And I mean, I'm saying for the actual mounting of the actual run, I mean, it's been a couple of years.
Yes.
And to have a nice long run, you know, I congratulate you. Congratulations to you on everything
you.
medical. And you look fabulous, too.
Thanks. Lost some weight.
Because you're the star now.
And I got a little beard going.
Oh, snap. So he's totally getting into character, just so you people know.
Some grays.
He's
They're real.
All right, that's a little TMI. But he's like, I got grays. Is your character older? He
is.
Oh, all right, all
He
right.
is,
So
actually.
then look at you. You're working it. He's working the character development. Congratulations.
Thank you,
to
Rina. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the support.
I appreciate you, too.
And you better come and see it.
Yeah, I'm coming. Trust me, I'm coming. It's an all-man cast. I will be there. Oh, yeah. All right, once again, Marcelo on the Rocks. World premiere is Friday, June 13th at the Repertorio Español, which is located at 138 East 27th Street in Manhattan, New York. And for more information, you can visit repertorio.org, or you can simply call 212-225-9999. All right, we have to take a quick break, but first, as you all know, Jenny from the block came back to her hometown, the Boogie Down, and we have an exclusive inside look.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been celebrating our centennial this year. The Bronx is 100 years old, and we have so much to celebrate. Today, aside from all of the people that have come from the Bronx, like Al Pacino and Calvin Klein and Swiss Beats, today we're here to see one of our very own, Jennifer Lopez.
I love J-Lo ever since I was 5 years old, and I'm really, really excited to be here. I really couldn't wait to be here. I'm very grateful to Jennifer Lopez for having us here. This is a great opportunity, and it's like a great moment. I'm so proud to be here, to see her. I'm so excited, the music, all the people here. Woo! J-Lo, we love you! J-Lo, we love you!
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush, brush. Every day and every night. Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush, brush. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. You can have your toothbrush and then take it, brushy, brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Joining us via telephone from upstate New York, because he's so committed to his work, is Bobby C. with his Sports Roundup.
from Lake George, where our open sports roundup starts at the annual Americade Motorcycle Rally here in the Village in upstate New York. The week-long event attracts over 50,000 enthusiasts and is billed as the world's largest motorcycle touring rally. The event runs through the weekend and has brought spectators from near and far, including many from the Bronx and from New York City. It's a big week for bikers, and it's an even bigger week for those that love horse racing. This week, in addition to Americade, our Bronx-Net cameras chronicled Belmont Week with the annual Belmont Stakes upon us. California Chrome will try and complete horse racing's most difficult feat, and that's the Triple Crown. With the Kentucky Derby and Preakness in hand, only the Belmont Stakes stands between California Chrome and history. Here's our preview of Saturday's race.
We have a great cause behind Wicked Strong with some of the victims of the marathon bombing in Boston. Money going to the one fund, which has already happened. And we've got great support in New England. If Suffolk Downs were to make it, we know racing's got a good start.
California Chrome already has created something amazing. A few days ago, he breezed. It was like 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning. We had 500 people at Belmont to see horse breeze. I think that's great.
He's the most intelligent horse I've ever known. He's also the kindest and the toughest.
I think he may be getting bigger. When I hadn't been here in a week, and I told Bridget when I got back, I said, I think the horse is growing.
We want to make history ourselves. That being said, if there was a Triple Crown, we're going to try to upset the apple cart, so to speak, but we're horse racing people, and we love California Chrome as well.
He was born on my sister Brenda's birthday, February 18th. She died of cancer when she was 36 years old. It's been 36 years this year since there's been a Triple Crown winner. And I've always said that she's this Colt's guardian angel, and I honestly believe that. And we've got all of America on our side, I do believe, other than the people that have these horses running against us.
More on California Chrome and the Belmont Stakes in my C-list. On the baseball diamond, the New York Yankees wrapped up their homestand Thursday afternoon in the Bronx. Masahiro Tanaka struck out 4 and walked 1 and an impressive 2-1 win over red-hot Oakland. We go inside the locker room for more.
As far as my personal performance goes, I don't think it was my best performance for the season. But given the fact that our team was a little bit in a slump or a funk, and that we were facing one of the best teams in the league right now, I'm really happy that I was able to contribute in the team's win.
His stuff is so good. You can really see that. You got to get him up in the strike zone and force him to kind of climb the ladder a little bit, because he throws the swing and miss, split finger and the swing and miss slider really well down in the zone.
He found a way to get out of those innings. They put some really long, tough at bats. Even it was almost 45 pitches for the last 4 outs that he got. They put some, as I said, but he never let up, and he kept going at him, and they were fouling pitches off, and ended up getting the big outs he needed to get. He's definitely stepped up and done a tremendous job for us.
And have struggled of late aside from Thursday afternoon. One thing's for sure, and that's that Tanaka is not part of their problems. He has won their last 2 games, stopping a 4-game skid for New York yesterday, while also taming a team that was riding a 5-game win streak in Oakland. Tanaka is 9-1 this season. The Yanks will look to keep things rolling in Kansas City tonight as they begin a 4-game set. Across town, after winning 4 in a row, the New York Mets dropped 3 in Chicago at Wrigley Field this week. They will try and regroup in San Francisco this weekend. Time for some quick hitters. The San Antonio Spurs drew first blood in the NBA Finals in a rematch from last June. The Spurs, behind Tim Duncan and his 21 points and 10 rebounds, topped Miami 110-95 on Thursday night in Game 1. Game 2 is Sunday in San Antonio, while the series will shift to Miami for Game 3 on Tuesday. In the National Hockey League, The New York Rangers and Los Angeles Kings also got underway in their quest for a championship Wednesday night. The Broadway Blue Shirts fell 3-2 in an overtime heartbreaker that they actually led 2-0 early. Game 2 is Saturday night in L.A. before the series shifts to New York for Game 3 on Monday night. Thursday night was the annual Major League Baseball draft. Houston opened the draft by selecting prep left-hander Brady Aiken. The Mets tabbed outfielder Michael Conforto with the 10th pick in the first-year player draft. The Yankees did not have a first-round pick, but the Bombers did have one pick on Thursday night, and they believe they made it count by taking Mississippi State lefty reliever Jacob Lindgren with the 55th pick, who is touted as one of the toughest relievers in the college game. We closed the sports roundup with some praise for an iconic member of the baseball world who passed away this week. The Yankees and all of baseball mourn the passing of Don Zimmer. He was 83. Zim played alongside Jackie Robinson on the only Brooklyn Dodger team to win a World Series. He sat alongside Joe Torre as a bench coach for the late 90s Yankee dynasty, and for 66 years he was as big a part of the game as anyone. Don Zimmer will be missed. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some advice on California Chrome. Hard to believe, but it's been 36 years since we've seen a Triple Crown. I didn't think California Chrome could repeat victory in the Preakness after dominating the Kentucky Derby, not because of any other reason than the fact that we often see a different winner every year in each of the legs of the Triple Crown. But here we are. There have been some near misses in the hunt for the Triple Crown over the last 3 decades, yet the magic surrounding this horse seems almost as immortal as he will be if he makes history on Saturday. Chrome was ill at birth after a difficult entrance into this world, so maybe the 1.5 mile wide turn and small field of the Belmont will present no challenge for a horse that was unfazed by the Derby and Preakness. Chrome will start from the number 2 post position and is a 3-5 favorite on the morning line. A victory will secure the first Triple Crown winner since affirmed in 1978. While it seemed far-fetched at first, I think there's every reason now to believe that this horse can end the drought. In 5 starts this year, Chrome has galloped to the winner's circle every time. In a career that spans 12 races, he has won 8. Chrome is locked in. I say we see history on Saturday night. Race kicks off at 6:52 p.m. Eastern Time. Share your picks with me on Twitter at The Voice Bobby Stevens.
And thank you for that, Bobby. We have to take a quick break, but there's more open when we return. Don't go anywhere.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all?
Babadoo.
You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
I love being in classrooms like this one and learning new things. But I'm a Brooklyn girl, and I know school can be hard. It's demanding, and we kids have many distractions, lots of other things we could be doing. Sometimes even your friends may tell you that school isn't cool, that it isn't the place to be. Don't listen to them. There's nothing more important than education. It's the key to everything else. It helps us understand our world and be better people, better friends, and better citizens. So stay in school, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough or smart enough. Be a star. Shine brighter than anyone else, and you'll make the grade.
This has been a public service announcement of the Make the Grade Foundation. Go to makethegrade.org to learn more.
Flashing bass kicking me in my jazz. Psychedelic fantasies by Marley cigarettes. Beautiful body sweating, smoking silhouettes. She dancing on me, about to come up out of that dress. Neon lights are flashing, bass kicking me in my jazz. Psychedelic fantasies by Marley cigarettes. Beautiful body sweating, smoking silhouettes. She dancing on me, about to come up out of that dress.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Sit back and get ready for some smooth sounds. It's now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Our Open Artist Spotlight shines on Bronx-born singer who's been singing since the age of 3. She's performed from the streets of Union Square Park all the way to the Apollo Theater in Harlem. Please welcome Natalie Naboa.
Maybe we can go somewhere. Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. Maybe we can go do what you like. Baby, you can have me all night. Maybe we can go somewhere, yeah, yeah. Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. Baby, we can go do what you like. Baby, you can have me all night. Have me all night, baby. Our love is so powerful. You know exactly what's on my mind. No, we touch and planets explode. My universe finds meaning. Hold me on a cloud as we dance with abstract beings. We can go somewhere out of this planet where there ain't no cameras. Tell me, can you handle it? Yeah. Never been to Mars, but I bring down stars just to keep this high. Maybe we can go somewhere. Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. We don't need to fuss and fight. Baby, we can go do what you like. What you like. Baby, you can have me all night. All night. And maybe we can go somewhere, yeah, yeah. Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. And baby, we can go do what you like. Baby, you can have me all night, have me all night, baby. I never thought that you'd hold me down the way you do. Boy, you show me how to love another. So don't hold back, ain't no crowds right here. We walk on purple sand, swimming in oceans made of tears from our past. We can go somewhere out of this planet where there ain't no cameras. Tell me, can you handle it? Yeah. Never been to Mars, but I bring down stars just to get this higher gives me.
Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight.
We don't have to fuss and
Baby,
fight.
we can go do what you like.
We can go do what you like.
Baby, you can have me all night.
Ooh.
Baby, we can go somewhere, yeah, yeah.
Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. And baby, we can go do what you like. And baby, you can have me all night. Have me all night, baby.
Caught up in these feelings, caught up in these feelings. Love, you got me feeling. I ain't got no reason to lie. Don't let them blind your eyes. They want what they can't find.
Maybe we can go somewhere. Maybe we don't have to fuss and fight. Baby, we can go do what you like. Darling, you can have me all night. And maybe we can go somewhere, yeah, yeah. Baby, we don't have to fuss and fight. And baby, we can go do what you like. And baby, you can have me all night. Have me all night.
Woo! Oh, how lovely, how lovely. Thank you.
You for the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, all right. So, can we move over a little bit, just a little bit, right here? Yeah. So, well, I already announced to everyone that you've been singing since like the age of 3. The next question is do you write your own songs?
Yes, I do write my own music.
It sounds like you do, and you have an absolutely lovely voice.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about where your career is thus far.
So, I started to actually pursue my career more seriously around the age of 17 when I did my first Apollo appearance. At this point, I'm actually finishing up an EP. I'm working on releasing about 4 songs at a time, putting them out on iTunes as well as Reverb Nation and SoundCloud. They're actually already out on SoundCloud. I'm actually pursuing auditions on Broadway at the time as well, and I'm also singing on the train still here and there. It's more of it's a bold exercise. I like to keep myself outgoing.
Okay, so let's talk about that because I've met quite a few singers that just love the excitement of performing on the subway for train riders. Okay, so first of all, when did you have the guts to do it the first time? Right? Because that's like the most judgmental audience you can perform for.
I agree. Actually, but if you're good enough in their eyes, they will praise you. So it goes both ways. It all started when I had my last Apollo appearance, which was I believe April 16th of this year, and I met this girl. Her name was Olivia Castriota. She's also a really good singer. She's more jazz, which I also take to originally, and we were like, we have a bucket list as artists that we have never done. She said, I wanted to sing on the train, but I wouldn't do it alone. I said, well, deal. Nice to meet you. I'm the one person who would do it with you. And the first time around, we did it together. I remember.
Okay, so how you do it? How did you do it? No, take us through it. Like, okay, what train did you decide to do it on?
The Union Square station by the turnstile that exits into the park.
Okay.
I remember being hot. The mic gave out on us. It was no good. So now we had to just project. Now I have a voice that projects, but my homegirl, she was more of a low singer, more of a fine voice. So we were like struggling, and we put out the Bag of Dreams, and
Cute.
began. Both of our boyfriends came to support, and at first we weren't getting much attention because we were projecting. But by the end of it, we had a crowd, and we came home each with like about $45 within 3 hours.
That's not bad, right? I mean, to exercise your craft?
Yes.
All right,
I had
so
fun.
do you need a license to do that, or you just do it,
If you don't block any entrances and exits, or you don't disrupt the audio messages from time to time, you have the right, because we did look it up. We didn't want to be politically incorrect, so we did research before we went, and we have the right. We can't do that in public parks. We can't do like Central Park or any of those parks, but we can literally go outside of the area.
Okay, so are you still there? Are you still performing?
Yes, I still do.
All right, so tell us again exactly where to find you.
You can find me on Union Square near the turnstiles that exit by the park.
That's so awesome.
At least once a week, you'll find me there.
That's so awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's very exciting. And like, we said, you get to exercise your craft and perform in front of an audience and get paid.
I think the excitement comes from the judgment. The excitement of not knowing who's going to say what, who's going to stop and look at you, who's going to throw that dollar in because they actually really listened to the quality of your voice. I think people seek attention and they get it there.
Of course. And just so you know, if you can make it in the subway systems, you can make it anywhere, baby. Congratulations to you. And congratulations for being at the Apollo and still finding exercising humility and just like going and performing on the trains. I love that. I love that. Just so you know. And you're fabulous, by the way. Fabulous. Well, and you're going to sing for us one more song, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay! All right. So we're going to hear from Natalie again. And so for more songs on Natalie, you can actually check her out on SoundCloud. She's on SoundCloud.com/MS_Noboa, Noboa. And that is our show today, people. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. As always, be sure to check out the Recablecast tonight and throughout the weekend here on BronxNet and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.org. And don't forget, on Monday, tune in for the Monday episode of Open with Bob Lee. And once again, I'm Rena Valentin. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, y amor. Adios, and we leave you with Natalie Noboa.
Ooh, oh, oh. Tell me how I'm supposed to make all this money. I go work so hard and you take all my money. You want professionals, but you're right by funds. I owe you till I'm 30 and I'm still not done. No house, no car, no life, just bills. I should have been a stripper, so I see the dollar bills. Nice car, no tax, go say what you will. But bad is always easy, I've been trying, please believe me. It's gonna take a miracle. It's gonna take some cash. But how do I get there? I got my pen on my paper and my dreams on my dash. It ain't easy as it seems. It ain't easy being me. It ain't always what you see. Yeah. It ain't easy as it seems. It ain't easy being me. And the way you personate. Oh, oh. It ain't right, it ain't right. I got a story to my life. It ain't right, it ain't right. Oh, 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 oh. It ain't right, it ain't right. I got a story to my life. It ain't right, it ain't right. Oh, oh, oh. Now show me different if you know it. And let the truth set you free. Cause everything I once knew came crashing on me. Hope somebody else is listening. Cause it's raining on me. My mom and pop's been missing since the year of 93. No love, no trust, no hope for me. My life was built on trouble and the fact can't you see? No ties, no love, no hope for me. I gotta be this cold cause my life has taught me so. Oh, it's gonna take a miracle. It's gonna take some cash. But how do I get there? I got my pen on my paper and my dreams on my dash. Whoa, oh, oh. It ain't easy as it seems. It ain't easy being me. It ain't always what you see. Yeah. It ain't easy as it seems. It ain't easy being me. And the way you pursue me. Oh, it ain't right, it ain't right. Let's hear for that struggle that won't let you sleep. The night you spent in bed feeling so hungry. Them girls in group homes who ain't got no parents. It's easy to judge when your life's transferring. Don't give up, hope will set you free. I know just what you're feeling, I ain't perfect, can't you see? You got the strength, you hold the key. My God, be this bold, cause I'm